When was the last time you completely changed your mind about an entire country? Because after 1 month in China, everything I thought I knew was completely turned upside down. Everything you've heard about China, yeah, throw it out the window. Because in 2024, this place is nothing like what Americans think. I just spent a month exploring 5 Chinese cities, from the cyberpunk towers of Shanghai to the misty mountains of Guilin. As someone who's been to 40 plus countries, China blew my mind. Shanghai, Chengdu, Chongqing, Guilin, and Yangshuo. Each city showed me a different side of modern China. What I'm going to show you right now is the stuff that no one wants to talk about. Let's start off with the question that everyone asks. How expensive is China really? Well, grab your wallet because these prices are about to sound fake. My luxury hotel room in Chengdu, $35. A dim sum feast to feed a family of 5, $6. And this metro ride across the entire city, 50 cents. Back in Texas, I was paying $15 for an average sandwich, and here's what $4 gets you in China. All of this, and it's not just cheap food. We're talking about recipes that families have spent 20 years perfecting. Just really delicious food options to choose from. My absolute favorite part was the fruit. At one point, it was really late and I wanted to go eat something, but I really didn't want to eat anything too greasy before bed. So my friend was like, why don't we just go to the 24/7 fruit shop? I was like, what do you mean 24/7 fruit shop? How do they even stay in business? But apparently a lot of people eat fruit here. So they have this fresh fruit shop that's just open, all day, all night. And you get to pick out exactly what fruit you want and they cut it up right in front of you. It's truly incredible. I got the most delicious mango and orange for less than $1. Unreal. Speaking of food, forget everything you know about Chinese cuisine. Each region here is like a different country for your taste buds. There's noodles, dumplings, hot pot, you name it. In Chengdu, I had Sichuan peppercorns that literally numbed my face. The waitress came up to me and just started laughing and taught me how to properly mix everything to get that perfect bite. When I was in Guilin, which is like the more countryside of China, it was all delicious noodles. There was rice noodles, there's sweet potato noodles, and it was definitely used less spices, but it was just as flavorful. It's really interesting to try all the different types of rice noodles in the countryside shops because each shop has their own unique recipes and you'll never run out of options to try. While there was a lot of good food, my absolute favorite was actually the lamb skewers. This is more like a late night food spot, but I ended up getting it just around the clock because I liked it so much. One of the most popular options is to get lamb skewers that are grilled fresh right in front of you, and the taste is just unreal. Now let's talk about Chinese technology. First off, everything is done off of your phone. There's 2 main apps, Alipay and WeChat. Literally all the stores use digital payments, and even the homeless people have QR codes. Everyone uses mobile payments to get things done. In fact, if you bring out cash, the workers will literally start moaning in pain because it's so inconvenient to use cash. As a traveler, it actually makes everything easier because you don't have to exchange your dollars for Chinese currency. If you need something delivered, it'll be at your door in 30 minutes. Are you hungry at 3 a.m.? Open up your phone and hundreds of restaurants are ready to deliver for 70 cents. Want to go anywhere in the country? Book a bullet train that goes 300 miles per hour, all through one app. Meanwhile, in America, we're still swiping credit cards and thinking Uber Eats and its insane fees are revolutionary. Trust me, after experiencing Chinese tech, going back to the US feels like time traveling backwards. To me, the biggest thing was bullet trains. It's crazy that you can get to a whole nother region in a matter of hours. It's just something that I really wished we had in the US because it would make intercity travel so much easier. Definitely something that I appreciated during my time in China. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. What's it actually like being an American here? If I'm being totally honest, I was a bit intimidated at first, especially with all the US media. It seemed like I'd be a target or maybe not welcomed here. This could not be further from the truth. I remember at one point this random guy came up to me and had the courage to ask me for a photo, and pretty soon everyone around me gathered to take a photo with me. At one point there was actually a line of 20 people all waiting in line to get a photo with me. It was totally unexpected, but it was the first time it ever happened to me, so I was all for it. By the end of my photo shoot, I got a few new Instagram followers and a few new YouTube subscribers. It was honestly amazing. On top of this, sometimes I struggle to pay using the apps. See, I was a foreigner. This is the first time I was using all the digital payments. There was a learning curve to it, and the store owners saw me struggling. They weren't mad or angry. In fact, they offered to just give me the food or coffee for free, which I did not expect. I still found a way to pay, but I was just shocked that they were willing to be that hospitable to me. All right, now let's talk about something serious: safety and freedom. As an American, I had concerns, but here's the reality. I walked around every city at 2 a.m. with my camera gear. Not once did I feel unsafe. Crime rates here are just incredibly low. The police are present, but not intimidating or out to get you. There's CCTV here, so honestly, people are just not looking for trouble. This is something I really appreciated because if you ever walk around New York City or San Francisco, you just know things could go sideways if you're out too late. So definitely something that I loved about exploring China. Even when it comes to going out late and spending time outside, it's always really safe. As far as freedom goes, you probably shouldn't be organizing protests or speaking out against the government, but that's not something I do as a traveler. From that perspective, you're probably okay. Yes, you need a VPN for Instagram. Google doesn't work, but with all the Chinese apps, you honestly don't even need them. If you're looking to stay plugged in on social media, just get a VPN and you'll be taken care of. All right, let's talk about some of the real challenges. So obviously, it's not all perfect. One of the biggest ones is that the language barrier is real. Like trying to order food and accidentally ordering 5 portions type real. But honestly, if you have a translation app and you use enough hand gestures, you're gonna be okay. Another challenge I had was transitioning to all tech when it comes to paying. This was a big challenge for me at first. It's so drastically different from everywhere else that I visited, so I really didn't know how far spread using WeChat and Alipay were. It was a bit difficult at first to set up, but luckily the apps have a translation feature and I was able to figure it out. Just make sure you set it up before you land in China and things will be way easier for you. So here's the truth about China in 2024. It's modern but traditional, efficient but chaotic, familiar but completely foreign. It's nothing like what most Americans think. From eating street noodles at 3 a.m. to taking bullet trains across the country, from getting lost in ancient alleys to finding my way in the world's most modern subway system, China is just so different from what you've heard. It's different in the best possible ways. So if you're thinking about visiting China, do it, but come with an open mind and an empty stomach. Hit subscribe to follow more of my adventures across Asia, and drop a comment if you have questions. I'll actually answer them. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.